Today, joined by the number 6 UFC featherweight contender, the Boston finisher. I'm talking about Calvin Kattar, who's kindly giving us some time to speak. So, Calvin, it's a pleasure to have you here, man. Welcome to Somos MMA.
Hey, thanks for having me, boys. Appreciate it.
Well, tell us, Calvin, how are you? How is everything going on over there in Boston?
Everything's good, man. This is my favorite time of the year. Getting close to fall around here, so just training. Sucks that there's not a lot of fairs going on, things like that, because I could finally eat for once. But aside from that, man, things are good.
What about training? We were just talking. You just finished training, just finished lifting. So what about that?
Yeah, it's gotten a good sweat with my manager and coach Tyson Chartier out here at his house in Auburn. He's got a nice setup, got some weights, so hit a nice little jog out here in New Hampshire, and always bumping into some kind of wildlife out here. You know, running into some
Yeah.
turkeys this morning. Yeah, but just keeping a good baseline. Hoping to, hopefully get another shot by the end of the year to hop in the octagon and take out some of these top dogs in the division.
Well, and Calvin, a month ago you offered yourself to replace Jair Rodriguez and have a rematch with Sabit. What happened with that? Did you get any answer from Sabit or the UFC? What happened?
Yeah, they weren't interested. I think coming off the last fight with me, I think they realized they got away with one, and I don't see them really wanting that fight. It doesn't look too appealing. I'm sure they want some new blood, but we offered our services, and since that fight, I've gone 2-0. So the right matchup next. Don't be surprised if I jump the line with Zabit in line for the belt.
Mhm.
Calvin, are you ready to jump in short notice to fight against one of the top five contenders above you?
Yeah, of course, man. That's why I threw my name in. I'm always in the gym. I'm always ready, and I'm always eating pretty healthy, staying busy. So uh, for me, it's just I've taken every opportunity that the UFC has kind of thrown at me, and I pride myself in being ready for any opportunity, and I think that'll pay dividends in the long run. So whenever one of these guys step up or fall out, they know who to call.
Which one of those guys do you want to fight? Because I think the
All of
logic
them.
fight is
All of
Holloway.
them.
All of them?
All of them, man. I really want to fight all of them. Holloway would be the biggest honor. He's the GOAT in the division, and a
Yeah.
win over him could be better than getting the belt. What better
Oh,
W than a guy like Max Holloway on the resume? I think it says a lot, and it'd be great to step in there with a guy like him.
What do you think about this potential trilogy between him and Volkanovski?
I mean, it's tough, man. I think if that last fight, if you scored it as one total round, maybe you give it a max. It was very close. But the first fight, I thought the champ did a good job of solidifying the win. So like he says, it's like how many times are they going to fight until like Max wins? And then what? Then you're going to run it back again. Yeah, I get it, man. You might have to just move on with the division, keep things rolling, and then let Max earn his way back and avenge that loss.
Well, what's your analysis? We are talking about the featherweight division. What's your analysis about that? Because it seems like it is on hold, right? Because there is this trilogy between Volkanovski and Holloway. There is also these two fights that everybody's talking about but never come to reality: Jair against Sabit, Brian Ortega against the Korean Zombie, and you seem to be like the biggest loser in this, right? Because you're sixth and you're stuck in there.
Yeah, no, I agree with your mindset, man. These guys are holding up the division. They need to shit or get off the pot, fight or move on, get out of the rankings. And for one reason or another, maybe once, twice, things happen, but this many times, it's like the Khabib and Tony Ferguson all over again. Let's speed things up. Let's maybe reshuffle the deck. Maybe put Yaya against Ortega. Switch things up, man, because the way that things are set right now, it ain't happening. But supposedly these guys are going to fight in October, I think. So hopefully that goes off without a hitch, and just keep things moving, like you said, because there's plenty of great fights to make.
Calvin, beside those guys, are you agreed to fight anyone else under you on the ranking?
I mean, it's not ideal, but you know, like I said, I'm trying to stay busy. I'm trying to be active, and I don't want to sit on the sidelines, man. Like I said, while my dreams are right in front of me, I'm here in the UFC in the featherweight division, and we're one of the only sports really kind of kicking off around here, and I just want to build momentum, man. I'm trying to ride this momentum into a strong finish at the end of 2020 and put that belt around my race 2021.
Calvin, let's see. You are, to me, you are of the best striking of all the UFC.
I'm in.
Yeah, man. And what about your wrestling? What about your grappling? Are you performing something to getting better? Something of that?
Yeah, for sure, man. We're always working. They got to get past the hands before they can see the ground game, though, right? And so far, they got to work on that. But, as you see, I got wrestling. I was defending the takedowns with Niez-Gay. I just prefer to defensively wrestle, I guess, oftentimes instead of offensively. But I like knocking people out, but I would love a feather in the cap with a submission victory. Save my hands and my nose a little bit of trauma, and go and get a nice submission win. But can't really force it, man. I just take what they give me, and you see that happen on fight night. But yeah, I would love to kind of show more, but where it's at right now, it's just they can't get through the hands first. So we'll wait till they can.
Calvin, what about the nose? Because I know that you have had issues in the past, and how is it right now? Is it okay?
What's that?
The nose. I mean, you had
Oh yeah.
some.
Yeah, no, it's good, man. It's good. It was a little raw after the Stevens fight, and then Niez-Gay touched up a little bit, but other than that, I'm good to go again. We trained with a mask that whole fight. That kind of sucked. It was tough to breathe in that weird kind of face mask I had all camp, but we just adjusted, man, like we do. I know oftentimes a lot of these guys will probably pull out with some of the injuries I've had leading into fights, and for me, I adjust the way I'm training, and try to go into the fight as healthy as possible. But these guys, a lot of times I think they're finding any reason to pull out, especially through a pandemic when they're already, a little unsure if the fight's even going to happen. They're almost looking for a way out rather than a way in.
Sure. Calvin, your last fight was against the Danige in Abu Dhabi in the Fight Island. And I want to know, how was the experience? Would you like to go back there for a fight, or you prefer to stay in the States?
I'd still like to fight in Vegas. That's something I have on my bucket list. My mother always wanted to see me fight in Vegas. I always want to go to Vegas fight. And I did the Abu Dhabi thing. It was cool. I'd do it again, but that's a lot of traveling.
Calvin, what about fighting in Florida first and then in Fight Island in a pandemic
Yeah.
situation?
So
What different do you find?
the first fight that was in Jacksonville, everyone was saying they didn't know where the venue was going to be until last second. So I was kind of hoping it was going to be on a cruise ship or Fight Island, something crazy, because that makes for a cool story. And then they ended up being Jacksonville, Florida. Kind of set my expectations back a little bit. But
Kind
it
of
was cool.
bummer, eh?
We got a
Kind of
shot,
bummer.
yeah. And then a month later, though, we got a main event Fight Island, so it was cool. I felt like I got to take the wild fight in Fight Island like everybody said they wanted to do, and main event checkpoint win. Really happy with the outcome, and now it's on to these top 5 guys.
Calvin, what do you think about before the fight against AJ? You were 6 in the ranking, and after the fight, you're still 6. What do you think about it?
I think the rankings suck. But I mean, you tell me, man. Shit, hopefully when these guys fight, maybe it'll move around a little bit. But I don't really understand it. And in the meantime, man, I just keep beating these guys they put in front of me. My goal is the belt. I don't think anybody really buys into the rankings too much. But yeah, something's off there.
And Calvin, well, you're performing really really good in the division, but it seems like it's I don't know, it's like a fashion right now to go up or go down in the division. Are you considering that maybe in the future, or
Yeah,
you want to stay in the featherweight?
I'm always open to anything, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Right now I'm pretty close to hopefully, I'm in arm's reach of that belt. So, and hopefully a contender lined up next. So I think things are well for me in the featherweight division. And then from there, make moves when we have to. But for right now, I feel like the featherweight division's mine for the take, and I'm going full steam ahead.
Oh, now that we're talking about that, Henry Cejudo is someone that, well, he's currently retired, but he's always tweeting that he's going to come back. He's going to come back to your division. He wants Volkanovski's belt. Would you like to welcome him to the division if he decides to come back from retirement?
I welcome everybody to the division, man. If that's what they want to do, really, I'm focused on my division. So if they're trying to jump in, you know, however they see fit, man, I'm ready to fight anybody who calls himself the best in the world. And I feel like those are the fights I deserve. Those are the fights I work my whole career to get. And I'm happy to have them right in front of me now. Now it's about going out and taking them out one by one.
What do you think? Are we going to see you fight before the end of the year?
That's the plan. After that Zabit fight in November, I was ready to get. I was hungry, and I said I want to go 3-0 this year. And then the pandemic came, really set my my expectations a little bit back, and didn't know what to expect. And then we were able to fight in May, quick turnaround in July. So I feel like I'm right back on pace for my goals, man. Hopefully get one more by the end of the year, 3-0, and then, like I said, hopefully get that belt around my waist in 2021.
Exactly, that's where I'm going. Do you think if you win one, if you get another more W, you deserve the championship fight?
I'd say so, but that depends on who. If it's against a guy like Max, definitely. I don't think you beat a guy like Max. And who do you fight from a guy like Max? It's got to be for the belt, you know? Yeah, the guy. Some people still think he's the champ. So if it's him, yes. And if it's not him, you know, maybe I might have to fight another one. But whoever fights Max next, whether it's me or anybody else, should get the belt.
And last one for me. Can you tell us, all the your Latin American fans, about the New England cartel?
Yeah, man, it's New England cartel's a bunch of athletes out here just trying to chase down dreams by any means necessary, man. We got a good group of guys around us, just focus on the work, putting it in every day, and yeah, we're excited, man. It's a great time to be a MMA fan in New England, and we're hoping to get maybe the Latin Americas behind the New England cartel. So you guys got to bring us out there and let them know what's up, man.
For sure, man.
Behind.
Gracias por visitar Somos MMA en YouTube. No olvides suscribirte a nuestro canal y activar las notificaciones para seguir disfrutando de nuestro contenido.